Hello guys, I will be in class today, so hopefully this video kind of helps some of you. Now for first period, I'm going to try and explain everything that we were supposed to go over yesterday. Now for all the other periods, you guys can kind of like move up until I'm showing all the work. But today we're going to be talking about similar figures. So you can see here we have two shapes. We have this one right here, and we have this one right here. Now, they're similar for a couple reasons. They are going to be exactly the same shape, but different sizes. What this means is that, first of all, their angles. So the angles and size. So if you want to start taking notes, these angles are going to be congruent with the other angles. So I'm just going to label this A, B, C, and D. Now this would be the same thing. A, B, C, and D. Those angles would be what we call congruent. They would be exactly the same whenever we have similar figures. The only thing that's going to start changing whenever we have similar figures is the size of your shape, obviously. So this side is similar to this side, but they're different sizes, right? Both of them are similar, but they're going to be obviously different lengths. Now, whenever you see similar figures, maybe on the test or anywhere else, they're going to be using this symbol to represent similar. So I'm going to call this a rectangle or square A, B, C, D. And they're going to be using this squiggly line to represent similar. And then they're going to say it might be similar to A, B, C, and D. Okay. So that's the notation that you most likely are going to see whenever it comes to similar figures. But what's important about this is that whenever you have two shapes, their sides are going to be what we call proportional. Meaning that we can use a proportional kind of formula to figure out a missing side. So let's say we have this missing side, we have a number here, we have a number here, and we have a number here. Then we can go ahead and find and solve for x. That's exactly what we're going to be doing. We're going to go ahead and we're going to have at least one of the sides that's missing, and we're going to have to go ahead and find it. So right here we have this rectangles, and we're looking for that side x. The way that this is going to work is pretty easy. You're going to have your proportion, like I have it right here, your proportion kind of formula, and then we're just going to start putting the numbers in there. So you're going to pick one of the shapes, which I'm going to pick shape figure 8, and I'm just going to put the two sides that they give me. One of them is going to be 22, and the other one is going to be x. It doesn't really matter how you place this two, because they can go either order. Now, what matters is what you put below them. Now, you have to look for the sides that are similar to those that you just placed. For example, right here, I placed 22. I don't know why it's not marking there, but we have this 22. And we have to think about it like, what side is similar to 22? Now, if you look at this, it hasn't been moved at all or rotated, so I can actually tell that this side, 11, is similar to the 22. So guess what number I'm going to put right below it? 11. Okay, and I'm going to go ahead and do the same thing with the x, right? What side is similar to x? It's going to be 9. So I'm going to go ahead and put that below it. So that's what matters. So it doesn't matter how you place the top two, but right below those top two, you have to make sure you put the ones that are similar to them. If not, it is more likely that you're going to get the wrong answer. I've done this multiple times, and I've gotten it wrong because I did not place them where they were supposed to go. All right, now all you have to do is, we're going to go ahead and cross multiply those and those. Okay, we're going to cross multiply, and it should look something like this. So it's going to be 11 times x is 11x. And then let me see. Don't forget to use a calculator. My brain is not working, so I'm going to go ahead and type it out. So 22 times 9, which is going to give us 198. Okay. That is what we're going to get for those two. So I multiply the 22 and the 9 together, and the 11 and the x together. So that's what I'm going to get. So I'm going to enlarge it a little bit, that way you guys can really see it. Here is where we just solve for x. So finally, we just divide both sides by 11. So we divide this by 11, and we're going to get x is equal to 18. Okay, so this is equal to 18. Now, if you have units, go ahead and place the units. You don't really have to. At least not for this one. I don't think I put any units, but if you're asked for a test, don't forget to put the units. I know physics is really big on that, but over here we just care about getting the right answer. So that's how you're gonna do proportions, okay? Not very hard. Let's go ahead and look at another problem. Same thing, we're gonna go ahead and find the missing side. So right here we have this one, which is the missing side, so let's go ahead and find it. So I'm gonna go ahead and place my proportion. I'm gonna do my proportion formula over here, and I'm gonna start putting my information that I've given. So the first one's gonna be 9 and 1. And like I said, doesn't matter what way I put them. And just to prove that, I'm gonna go ahead and change them. I'm gonna go ahead and change 1 and 9. Because it doesn't really matter how you place the first one. What matters is what you put below what you already placed. So what is similar to 1? 12. So this one's going to have 12 below it. What is similar to 9 is going to be x. That's what we're looking for. Now I have all the information that I need. We cross multiply. So that multiplies with that. That multiplies with that. So we have 1x. And then over here, we're going to have 12 times 9. Okay, let me go ahead and do that. 12 times 9 is going to be 108. And guess what's my answer? 108. That is it. Pretty straightforward, okay? So that's it. That's all you really have to worry about whenever it comes to simple figures. Now, there's a different way that you can do this, and I'm going to show it on this one in particular. All right, we already know our answer is 108, but now we can do this a little different. And I'm going to be explaining what this is. You can do what we call the scale factor. I don't like using the scale factor because sometimes it just kind of confuses people. But if you use it correctly, then it's pretty good. Now, a scale factor is going to say that you're going to look up the sizes. You're going to be looking at your two shapes. And then you're going to grab a big side. And then you're going to go ahead and divide it by the smaller side. Okay? That is a rule. That's what's going to give you your scale factor. But in order to do this, you need to know both of the numbers. So in other words, if I'm looking right here at my shapes, I would have to pick a side that I have on both of my shapes. For example, I have 1 over here and I have 12. So I can go ahead and divide those two because I have both of them. I could not do 9. I wouldn't be able to. Oh my God, what's going on? I wouldn't be able to do 9 and x because I don't have the value of x, right? So the only ones I can use is 1 and 12. So we would go ahead and do our scale factor. So it's 12, the big one, divided by the small one, and that would give me 12. Now what would happen here is the following. So I know I have 12. That's my scale factor, but what can we do with this? The scale factor is either going to get multiplied or divided to one of the sides, respectively, in order to get like the corresponding side that you're looking for. So if you go from small to big, you multiply. If you go from big to small, you divide. And this is how it works. So for example, I'm looking for this 12 or this x right here. So I have to go from 9 over here to the bigger one. So I would have to multiply my scale factor to that. So I would go ahead and grab 9, multiply by 12, and that would give me 108. Same thing as the proportion side. Okay, so that's the scale factor. So you guys can go ahead and find your scale factor, see how much your small one's changing to your bigger one, and then you can apply the scale factor by multiplying or dividing and looking for the specific side that you're looking for. Now, I would go more over like the scale factor if you want to see more, but I would highly recommend you guys use the proportion, this one. because it's pretty easy to set up and you just cross multiply. We've been doing that multiple times with it with percents. So I'm pretty sure you're a lot more familiar with that. So I would use that instead. All right, that is it. That's how you're gonna go ahead and do this Classkick. It's not very difficult. There's 15 questions, but most of them are done pretty quickly. So you should have more than enough time. Now, for first period, don't forget, I did assign homework to all the other classes, so you guys also have homework. If you look right before this assignment, there's going to be a PowerPoint, and at the very end of the PowerPoint, there's going to be 5 questions that you guys got to complete. So make sure you get that done. Make sure you turn it in. I don't know if I'm going to be there tomorrow either, because I haven't been feeling well lately, but we'll see. Okay, thank you guys. I'll see you guys next time.